and welcome to the next instalment of the DayZ Spotlight, brought to you by Project Spotlight, an initiative to help shine the light on small content creators around the globe. Today's Spotlight, we are shining on someone from across the ditch over there in the sheepfuckers land of New Zealand.
Oh, Jesus, man.
GGSammy, how are you, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Got the sheep tied up out the back so he won't disturb us. It's all good.
Good rivalry, mate. That's for those of you who don't know. The New Zealanders call us the sheep fuckers. It's just kind of, it goes around and around and around in a vicious circle. Mate, how have you been?
Really good, man. Really good. Very busy with life, but
Yep.
yeah, just always, I'm quite a positive person, so I guess I always say I'm always good. So
Yep.
yeah, I'm good.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to get to find out a lot more about you through the course of this interview, mate. We'll start off with some nice easy ones. How old are you, brother?
I am 32 years old.
32? I thought you were mid-20s is my guess that I had.
Yeah, a lot of people tell me I'm a lot older than I come across, in my videos and on stream.
Yep.
Maybe it's just I don't have a webcam, or maybe it's just because I act like a teenager still. Who knows?
They say you're only as old as the woman you feel, mate. And do you have any family, speaking of women?
Yeah, I've got a wife. She's not in her mid-20s, but and I've got a 2-year-old son who's nearly 3 years old.
Yep.
And I've got a dog and a cat. I guess you count those as family, right?
Definitely, mate. I've got 2 fur babies, 2 dogs, a golden retriever and a little Shih Tzu Maltese cross, whatever the hell he's meant to be.
Keep you on your toes, man.
They do, mate. They do. Plus, I've got the boy as well. So, what else do you do for a living, mate?
I'm a software developer by day. I've been, software developer for 8 years now.
Wow. Okay.
University.
That means I'm going to be adding some extra questions at the end, mate, because you're the sort of person who I've been wanting to talk to regarding a lot of the hate you hear about DayZ, where software developers get on and say it's ridiculous. So I'm going to ask a few of those questions at the end, I reckon. Get your opinion on it.
Yeah, I'm all for that, man. I've never developed a game. I've dabbled in a few developing of games. I've done a few prototypes here and there, but my game development is so different to what I do.
Yeah.
But I guess a few of the principles will carry over, so I can give you my opinion.
Yep.
If it's actually valuable or not, I don't know.
And do you have any other hobbies outside of gaming, my man?
I guess I have a few kind of hobbies here or there. I play guitar. I'm self-taught. I got a little bit of sport here and there. I guess all Kiwis and Aussies a little bit of sport, but
Yep.
nothing major, man. I'm a family man these days. It's kind of hard to keep up with.
Do you write your own music,
and,
or just play songs you already know?
I was in a cover band for a little while. We did one kind of open mic night, and we wrote a couple of songs ourselves, but nothing major, mate. Nothing major. Nothing I would share with the world. I'll tell you that.
Mate, speaking of writing music, did you hear BarelyInfected's latest song?
No, I haven't actually.
Renee is quite the talented musician. He's got a SoundCloud link where he posts up the older cast, but he also posts up a couple of songs. And he's not too bad. He's not too bad at all, mate. He's quite talented. I envy people who can play musical instruments and who can write their own music as well. For me, I try to think of a song like I'm semi-musically. I can get on a piano or an organ, and I can eventually work out the bass of the bass line of a song. Nothing too fancy, but to be able to try to think of your own song, my brain's just not kitted for that. I don't know how the hell they do it.
Yeah. I'm the same, man. I just play a song and then I modify it a little bit, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that's my song now. Done.
Now, what is the origin of your name, GGSammy?
Oh man, it's not a very exciting story, to be honest. Like, I was starting a YouTube channel. I had to think of a name.
Yep.
I think my inspiration was probably Frankie 1080p on PC.
Yep.
And I thought, oh, he's kind of got a name that relates to playing video games, kind of, because 1080 is kind of you kind of associate that with PC at the time.
Yeah.
So I thought, I want something in my name that's kind of gamer related. So I put GG at the start of it, and bam, there we go.
So is your first name Sam, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. You're about as boring as me when it comes to the name, mate. I just went with Boydy. My surname is Boyd. Everyone calls me Boydy, and I was born in 1973. Geez, I went out on a fucking limb on that one, didn't I?
Mate, like some of my gamer tags when I was growing up, I definitely didn't want to be known as those online. I was like, no. I don't even want to share them. Jeez.
So who or what got you into gaming, mate?
I was very young when my parents brought home an Atari 2600. That's the first gaming I remember ever doing. I was 5 or 6, I think, at the time.
Love the Atari 2600.
And, it was. I wish my parents still had it. I wish I could go grab it, but I don't think it's there anymore. But yeah, we always had the Atari. Then we had an Amiga Commodore 64. There was so many games on that, and then one Christmas we got the Nintendo 64 for Christmas. So,
what games did you get with it?
We got GoldenEye.
Oh, you're pretty much summing up my gaming history life as well. I had an Atari 2600, I had a Commodore 64, Nintendo 64, GoldenEye, one of my top 5 games of all time, GoldenEye. Loved it.
We only had GoldenEye for a whole year, man. That was the only game we had on our 64. We hired a few games. Yep. GoldenEye was the only game we had, man. So I played that so much.
But what a game to have, though, mate. What a game to have.
Oh, yeah.
Did you have extra controllers so you could play against each other?
Yeah, we had 4.
Yeah, that's the best. That was the best way to play it.
Oh, yes. When I first got it, we were kind of gutted because we wanted a PlayStation for Christmas.
Yep.
But my dad got us a Nintendo. But all my friends were so jealous. All my PlayStation friends would always come over and play GoldenEye all day.
Yeah.
We wouldn't play their PlayStations, just the GoldenEye.
Because you had to do the whole. I think there was a few games where you could have 2 controllers, and you could buy that multi pad thing for the back of it where you could plug in 4 controllers. But most of the games on the PlayStation didn't support 4, even really 2 people playing.
Exactly,
I remember the PlayStation, we pulled out the power sockets in the barracks that I lived in, and we ran a cable through the wall, and we had one PlayStation in one room and another PlayStation in the other room. We used to play Command and Conquer against each other, but you had to have the 2 consoles. Whereas with the Nintendo, so many games were developed which had 4 games, and the screen was split into 4, and you could see what the other person was doing. But that was the first real multiplayer game that I ever played, and I was addicted to it.
Yeah, man, that's where stream sniping started, right?
Yeah.
Check out where your mate is.
Don't look at my screen. Don't look at my screen. Oh. I can't not look at your screen, dude. It's next to mine.
Yeah, that was good fun, though.
At least there was very minimal camping in it, because if you camped, they quickly worked out where you were camping and they came and got you.
Oh, yeah, those grenade launchers, man. If you camped anywhere, you were dead.
I loved the golden gun mode, though.
Oh, yes. They had so many good modes in that game.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Okay. What is your favourite game of all time?
Favourite game of all time? Oh, man, it kind of changes all the time, right?
Yep.
I guess, as you just talked about, got a lot of good memories in GoldenEye.
Yep.
And a lot of good memories in DayZ. I've got probably the most ever hours in DayZ out of any game I've played. And maybe Battlefield, like the Battlefield 1942 and Battlefield Vietnam.
Yep.
They kind of got me into online gaming.
Yeah.
And I was in a clan for a little while, and I just loved Battlefield Vietnam, like the whole kind of. I think it's the best Battlefield game because the tanks and the planes are all light armor, so you kind of got that really good balance between the infantry and the armored vehicles, where they can kind of kill each other. I played Battlefield 3, 4. I haven't played Battlefield 1. But none of them have been as good for me as Battlefield Vietnam. So
yeah,
maybe Battlefield Vietnam.
Okay, you've answered the next two questions for me as well. Your first PC was a Commodore 64 and your first console was an Atari 2600.
Yep, there you go, man. There you go. We actually didn't get we had the Commodore 64 until we got the Nintendo 64.
Yep.
So I think there are a few, my mate had a Windows 95 PC and he was playing the SimCity and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Kind of missed out on all those kind of games, but
You're
wasn't
making up
until
for it
a
now.
little bit later where we got a Windows PC and I got really into Age of Empires: Rise of Rome.
Loved Age
And
of
playing that.
Empires. Great game.
Yeah, it was. Those back in the RTSs were like kind of the king of multiplayer online, really, weren't they?
Yeah.
They were brilliant.
Okay, so editing, mate. The first question I have is, why did you start creating content yourself?
When I was in high school, we did a video editing kind of semester where we kind of edited our own videos together.
Yep.
And I quite liked it at high school, but I never really did anything with it after high school. And yeah, I just started watching. It was actually DayZ videos. I started watching Frankie and Jack Frags. I thought to myself, hey, I could probably do something like this. And that was kind of my inspiration. And then I kind of just started learning from scratch, really.
Yep.
Nothing from high school kind of translated into what I do now. But yeah, it was pretty much just watching people, thinking they're really interesting.
Because you've been doing it for
yeah.
over 4 years now.
Yeah, been a long time. I think it's probably more like 6 years, probably. I've been doing it quite a while.
The oldest video on your channel says 4 years ago.
Oh, really? I thought it was a bit longer. Maybe I've hidden a few videos. If you go back and look at some of my first videos, man, I think I've kept most of them up, but some of them are, they're nothing compared to what I would do now in terms of like polish and my microphone quality is absolutely terrible. But man, I was super proud of them back then.
As you are, like I still remember my first proper video, the part 2 of a 3-part with Charlie DayZ, or Charlie, I think he just calls himself now. But yeah, the Battle for Berezino, or whatever I called it, Boydy Strikes Back. And oh god, I was so happy when I finally got it, because I had to learn how to do the basic editing and how to put it all together, and I was really chuffed.
I remember I couldn't sleep, man. I was playing a game called Cube World. I thought to myself, like, I'll do a few videos before I do DayZ, and I started off on a game called Cube World, and I think Battlefield 3 maybe. Yeah,
Battlefield 3 are your first videos. Then you've got one League of Legends, then a few Cube Worlds, and then you hit Project Zomboid.
Oh yes, I was doing Let's Plays on Project Zomboid for a long time, and actually that's probably where I got my first few fans from, like a guy called Jamie Source, who's still comes to my streams these days. I remember him from my Project Zomboid videos. That's kind of where I got started on YouTube, was Project Zomboid.
Yeah.
I always planned to do DayZ. I was like, I'll wait till the standalone comes out, and that's when I start going hard on DayZ. That was my big plan.
What recording software do you use, mate?
I used to use DxTory because I like being able to split out the audio and have my friends on a different audio line to the gameplay. So if they say something stupid, or if they're talking when I'm doing something awesome in game, I can mute them out.
Yep.
But now I've kind of gone over to OBS, which can do the same thing now.
Mm-hmm.
And OBS has the added bonus of being able to stream at the same time, so OBS is now my go-to.
Yep. And what about editing software? What do you use to edit your videos up?
I've always gone for the old Sony Vegas. I tried Adobe Premium, but it didn't support me dragging in my videos and having the audio line split out.
Yep.
I went to their official forums and I got an official person looking at it, and they're like, oh no, we've got a bug in our software. And I haven't gone back since, so it might be worth one day. So I quite like their monthly.
I use Adobe, but if you own a copy of Sony Vegas, you're better off sticking with that, mate, because Adobe's a monthly premium now, so you may as well just stick with Sony Vegas, brother.
The only problem with Sony Vegas is when they release a new version, you've got to pay again, right? Which is not very pretty.
Oh, I didn't know that. So you're stuck with an old legacy version unless you want to pay for the upgrade.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Luckily, not too much changes, as far as I can tell. You can always do the trial version too, which is pretty cool.
Yep. What is your best video that really stands out for you?
Oh man, my best viewed one, or my best, like, I think is my best quality.
Your favourite video, mate?
Right? Most recent one where I did on PUBG, where we stayed in the plane until we got kicked out.
Yep.
And we landed with all AFK people.
I've watched this one. This one was an absolute doozy. You were defending the AFKers.
Yeah. So we'd jump on anyone that moved to come kill the AFKs, and we called ourselves the AFK Defenders. Yeah. That was really fun to film, really fun to edit, and I see tons of videos on PUBG, and I don't see anything like kind of creative.
Yeah.
Being creative like that kind of is what I think is fun about making YouTube videos.
That was 5 months ago. AFK Defenders, hashtag AFK Lives Matter.
That's the one. I was hoping that would trend, man. I was like, come on, people. Come on, trend that. But no, it didn't really.
No, unfortunately, it's only got 266 views. It does deserve a lot more. It was a great video, mate. I really enjoyed watching that one.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
Your DayZ got a better. Your DayZ video you did 2 months beforehand had a better view count. Go figure.
Yeah, well, I was kind of lucky around that period where I had like Cyborg, Zombie, and Running Man shouting me out, so I was kind of getting promoted there.
You were, weren't you?
Very, very, very lucky of those. Very lucky to have those two on my back.
Running Man said some really nice stuff about you too.
Yeah, he's a good guy, Running Man. Him and Renee have always been absolutely top to me. Those two are very.
Two of the the three of them for me, Super FT Lol, Renee, and the Running Man. They're stalwarts of the DayZ community. You know, they've stayed true to the game. They play the game purely. They mix it up. Renee not so much. Renee pretty much just plays the survivalist, although he can occasionally be dragged down the rabbit hole with the other two. But they probably, for me, sum up what DayZ is meant to be. You know, you don't have to get pigeonholed in one type of playing. I generally play friendly, but occasionally I have been known to bandit it. I killed a bloke today, but I was at his base, so I had pretty much no choice but to kill him, because otherwise he would have killed me. It was a glitch base too, the bastard. He had 4 tents all set up so you couldn't get in, but someone told me the trick, and after about 20 minutes of dicking around, I finally managed to work out how to get inside it. So he doesn't have a base anymore. I know I had a big Twitter thing about not despawning bases, but when someone does something jack like that, where the average person who doesn't know about the sit down little thing you've got to do can't get into the base, that's just cheating in my eyes.
Yeah, I agree, man.
Yeah.
One of the sad things about the DayZ community is there's always people taking advantage of the bugs and the glitches, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Duping has been it's so bad. You go into little Letro and there's like a group of 5 with all exactly the same gear, all decked out M4s.
Yeah.
It's just,
Unfortunately, some people just dicks, mate, but yeah. Okay, DayZ itself. Did you play the mod?
Yep, I don't know when I started playing the mod. I remember it was actually my brother who got me into it. He told me about this game. He said, there's this game where you spawn in with nothing, then you got to find a gun, and then when you get killed, you start again. I was like, that's quite cool. That's a cool idea. And then around at his house, and he kind of showed me some gameplay. I think he was camping over Electro, shooting at some people.
Yep.
In the fire station there.
Yep.
I was like, wow, this is pretty damn cool. Like, I want to give this a go. So
back when Electro used to be a hotspot.
Yeah, Electro was the only hotspot there in Cherno, with the 2 places you went for a gunfight. yeah, I didn't have the greatest PC back then, so I had to kind of slowly gear up my PC to be able to play this new game, DayZ. I remember it actually broke one of my graphics cards because it was a pretty cheap graphics card, and it must have got so hot that it popped one of the fans off, and it just fried it.
Okay, so what is it about DayZ that makes you love it so much?
I like it because, one, it's really hard. I like hard games. I don't like really, really hard games. You won't see me playing Dark Souls. But I like it that, you've got a risk and reward kind of thing. You risk your gear every time you go into a building. And I also like it because you can play in many different styles. That really attracts me to a game. Having the freedom to do what you want and play it how you want, and be creative in the game, and do things that other people might not do. That really makes me, tick.
If you could add anything to the game, what would it be and why?
New maps, man. New maps is what I want.
Yeah.
I remember the mod. The mod was so good, and you'd play the mod to death, and then you'd get sick of it, and then you'd find a new map to play, and you'd be like, oh, it's like a whole new game, and you'd just play that map over and over again. Until you got sick of that one, you might go back to the base game, and you play that again. With the DayZ standalone as it is right now, I'm kind of over it because I'm doing the same thing. I'm going the same routes. I'm doing, I just want something fresh. They don't update the map enough for me to keep going back to it. There's not enough unique places to go.
Have you been out west and explored all the new area out there?
Yeah, I've been out there a couple of times. This patch has been out for so long now.
Yeah.
Just every patch you go jump in. You can probably spend about 4 or 5 hours exploring the new area, and then it's kind of over for me, to be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe I've got a short attention span.
So, who is your favourite DayZ content creator?
It used to always be, as I say, Frankie. Frankie was the guy that inspired me to start creating videos.
Yep.
I know there's a lot of stuff around. If you dig deep into his content, the kind of cheating accusations, and it's pretty obvious that he records all his voices after he records the footage and stuff like that. But as a pure entertainment value, I think Frankie's videos are top notch, right?
Yeah. I don't want to get into the whole cheating discussion on him. I believe they were probably scripted, but that doesn't change the fact that they were damned entertaining.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm like too. I know nowadays he definitely has dedicated servers to go on where everyone playing knows he's making a video and stuff like that. Maybe it wasn't that way back in the day because he had a few people complain, he had God mode on kind of thing. His videos are for entertainment purposes, and they're not to showcase how skillful or anything like that he is,
Yeah, exactly. Now, status reports. From your software developer point of view, what do you think of them?
I haven't followed them too closely. I read all the summaries and all that kind of stuff. But I fully understand why. Well, I think I understand why it's taking so long to build the game. And it's kind of based on the whole engine thing that they chose to start with, right?
The legacy engine,
the game
yeah.
engine's the engine is kind of your foundation of a house, right? You can build so much onto it. Then once it's hit a certain point, if your foundation is not right, you need to, basically go back and fix the foundation and then rebuild everything on top of it. And that's pretty much what they did with the sound system. That's what they're doing with the scripting system now. The lighting system's been done like that. So they've pretty much written a whole new game since the standalone first came out. And games take a long time to build, man. They take a long time to build.
Especially when you're building a new engine and everything like that. If you're just doing a rework on the same old foundation, then it's not that hard to pull that one down and just build up a new one quickly.
I'm
Call of Duties.
I always defend DayZ when people say the development's taking ages. They're useless devs, because I kind of know what it's like working in a legacy product.
Yeah,
I work on I worked on my last job. I was working on a piece of software which was like 15 years old. So you go back and see some really, really old bits of code, and you've obviously got to fix it up. It's probably what they're doing, right? They're like, oh man, I need to fix this, but I've got to fix this before I can fix this. So then you kind of go down a rabbit hole, and you realize, I've got to make a massive amount of changes to make this one little change that people will actually notice. All the other changes people won't notice.
Yeah, I'm glad you understand it.
But I'm still a little bit critical. Because they're meant to have a big team on it, right?
Yeah.
But why would you have such a big team on DayZ at the moment when you're probably not going to get any more PC sales? Like, most people that are going to play DayZ have already bought it. I
think they're looking at the console market. It's pretty much unheard of to a lot of the console people out there, and if they get it right on console, it's got the potential to be massive for them.
Yeah, I kind of think that too, but then I also think the whole DayZ survival zombie hype, they've missed it, right? They were 2 or 3 years zombie game. Every game was a survival game. I think if they're looking at it, objectively, they've probably missed the hype, man. It's all BR now. Battle Royale is the hype. I'm sure the company's, looking at trends like that and thinking, how many developers should we have on this DayZ project still,
The other thing I understand as well is the engine that they're working on, that's basically it's an investment for the company as well. They're going to do future armors are going to be on that engine as well, so that's maybe why they're keeping them on the team, so they get this engine done, so they've got it for future titles.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Investment in the future. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so what, if any, advice would you give to the dev team if they happen to watch this video?
Just keep producing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. I don't think they're doing a bad job. That's my thing. I don't think they're doing a bad job.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that when the game comes out, when they do beta, it should be polished. It shouldn't be like what it was when it first released into standalone.
Yeah.
Because they definitely rushed it. I think they were feeling pressure from other games coming out before them, and they just pushed it out the door, right? They're like, War Z. Do you remember the War Z game?
Oh yeah, good old pay to win War Z.
Yeah, I think they were worried that it was stealing their thunder, so they quickly threw the game out the door. It was hardly anything more than what was in the mod. It was actually less than what was in the mod. And it was so buggy that I think it drove a lot of people away right at the start. I think
it drove Frankie away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think they need to make sure it's polished. It's as bug free as possible. I know there's always bugs in games. Like a bug free game is like a unicorn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't happen. But they need to have a big bang, right? They need a big bang.
Yeah.
I can wait, man. I can wait.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I'm in a lot of streams and see a lot of comments on that, and people say, "When's it coming out?" I guess probably around May. That's just my pure guess. But the main thing I say is when it's ready. In beta, we trust they've got to deliver it with no major, dying on stairs, bugs, those sorts of game-breaking ones that just people are going to come back. I don't know whether you watched the Septic Falcon interview, but as he pointed out, there was 115,000 people in a fortnight who'd logged into DayZ. So that's still a reasonable market. That's not a dead game by any stretch of the imagination. And they're dabbling. Some of them probably haven't logged on in 6 months or so, maybe since the last patch. They're checking out to see what's different. But most of them will have heard of 0.63. And if they log into 0.63 and they die on stairs, or a zombie glitches through the wall or knocks them through a wall, they're just going to say, same shit, nah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they need a big bang, man. It needs to be polished to keep the momentum going.
In beta we trust, my friend.
I'm sure the streamers will come back.
Yeah,
streamers will come back. Everyone will try it. If it's good, people might stay. If it's bad, people definitely won't stay. So that they need it to be good.
Yeah. So what is your biggest gripe with DayZ?
Biggest gripe? Oh, I, yeah, I'm a very positive person, man. So I don't really think about things like my biggest gripe. It might be, it might be the this current state it's in. I don't really like the player base at the moment, right? You get kind of two types of players at the moment. You either get the over friendly guy who you're not worried about killing you at all, right? Or you get the kill on sight people. You don't get anything in between anymore.
Yeah.
And some of my favorite times in DayZ, I've met up with someone random and we start going on an adventure together. And the whole time, I'm kind of thinking, is this guy going to shoot me? Is he going to shoot me in the back? But the last few times, I never get those feelings anymore. It's either I'm dead or this guy's never going to shoot me.
You need to watch Danny Boy's videos, mate.
I wouldn't want to run into him, man. I know his style.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. The worst part of it is he just sounds genuinely fucking friendly.
Yeah.
I would trust him.
Yes.
I would trust him if I met him in game.
Yeah, I'm too trusting, man. Everyone tells me, this can shoot you in the back. I'm like, no, I'm good, and then I'll get shot in the back.
Yeah.
It happens all the time to me.
Now you've answered the next question for me as well. What are you looking forward to the most in DayZ? And that's maps.
Yep. I can reverse that question for you too. And what I don't want to see in DayZ? I thought about this today actually. I'm not really a fan of base building.
I'm intrigued by it, but I don't think I'm going to be making a base. To me, a base will just be a barrel. I might have a barrel somewhere, and I'll throw a few things in it, but I'm not going to make a big fucking base that I have to defend and all the rest of it. It just doesn't appeal to me.
See, what I don't like about them is that it kind of turns the whole you start with nothing into you die, you've got a whole base full of gear.
Yeah.
Have you played Rust seriously?
Rust?
Yeah.
No.
Like we played that pretty hard for like about a month probably, and after like 2 or 3 days, dying doesn't mean anything anymore. You just die, you respawn at your base, you craft a new gun, you're sweet, you're good to go again.
Yep.
And I think DayZ's kind of special in the way at the moment. If you die, you don't get that luxury. You're dead. You're starting.
The beautiful thing is, though, mate, there will be mods to cater for everyone. I have no doubt that the likes of Renee or Spaggy or someone like that will make a hardcore server with minimal base building on it.
Yeah.
Which is probably what I'll find myself gravitating towards more, for the same reason as you, mate.
Yeah. I like the permadeath kind of thing,
Yeah.
I think base is ruining that.
You get better with it, but you still always have the gear fear. If I die, I'm going to lose everything I've got. I've got a guy on DayZ Down Under with a foul ACOG. Thanks to all the presents at the moment, I've got about 5 mags for it, full, and a baby AK. So he's geared to his fucking eyeballs, and yeah, I'm a little bit gear feary now. It's kind of. So what are you looking forward to the most in regards to modding once they open it up, other than maps?
Oh man, I haven't really thought about that too much. Maybe just I really like unique locations. So if it's not a whole new map, I hope people mod more buildings into the game.
Yep.
And like there's a few unique locations at the moment on the map, like the shipwreck comes to mind, the big tower in Novo.
Yep.
But the castles are all a copy and paste. But
I saw someone
really
maybe in a forum or on Twitter, they put out, it'd be awesome to see an aircraft carrier out at sea that you've got to get a boat to be able to get to, and some high grade military loot in there. And I thought that just sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah. I really liked Namarsk. Namarsk, is that how you say it? In the mod, the map. And it had the extra kind of freezing kind of thing that they kind of have in the standalone now. But it was a lot more intense in that map. You had to find heat packs and actually use them. You had to light fires, and if you went up to the peak little base in there, and you could get this really super kind of alien weapon kind of gun.
The railgun.
I used to really like that, and yeah, so like kind of unique kind of things like that. I really like. Yep. I'd love to see more mods like that.
No, it'll be great to see what the community can come up with. I think that'll put some fresh legs into the old girl DayZ.
I agree. Yep.
So has your style of play changed at all? If so, how and why?
Oh man, it changed so much, man. Like if you go back to the mod days, I remember when I first played DayZ, I got outside Berezino, and the tree line, the west of Berezino, and I literally crawled on my belly all the way from the tree line into town. I think there was only a hospital and a supermarket back in the day that you could enter. And I crawled all the way in, got the loot, and then crawled all the way out. I was so scared of zombies back then, man. Like I was just terrified of it. And then I kind of turned into a hardcore bandit, man. I was killing people on sight. I just shoot everyone I saw. And then I kind of thought to myself, I'm playing this pretty much like I play like a Call of Duty. Well, I've never played Call of Duty. Like I play Battlefield. So then I decided to try interacting with people, and that's kind of where my play style now is kind of at, right? I'll talk to people before I shoot them.
That's what I love as well. It's about the interaction. It's about trying to read the person, gauge whether they can be trusted, and doing a trade or a hold up or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, and I mean, I've made a few videos. Like one of my favorite DayZ videos is actually one that we called "Sing for Your Freedom." And we had a big group of people, and we would handcuff someone. This is back in the day where people were a lot more, like if you walked up to them and said, "Oh, get down," freeze, we're gonna put handcuffs on you. They'd actually they wouldn't role play, but they would be fearful enough that you're gonna kill them that they'd actually play along with you. So we'd handcuff people, and then we'd say, "Oh, you got to sing us a song, and then we'll let you go." And so this whole video is us just singing along with people that we've got in handcuffs. So it's really good fun. Really good fun.
They're the best videos for me. There's so many people doing KOS stuff, squad versus squad and all the rest of it, and that's nice. But for me, it's the Danny boys, the Lonely Bandit. Please God, get some bloody hold up videos back on YouTube. I know you don't like YouTube, but do it, mate. Your content was brilliant.
These days, though, man. It's so hard. Like you find a new spawn and you say, "Dude, get down. We're gonna handcuff you. We won't kill you. Don't worry." And they'll just run. They don't care anymore. Like
they got nothing to lose as a new spawn. You've got to get inland. You've got to try and find someone who has got something to lose.
But those people are the people that will shoot you. So it's really hard balance at the moment. That's kind of why I'm hoping when beta comes out, there is some fresh blood, because the people that play now are either going to kill on sight, be overly friendly, or just run. It just doesn't work out for me anymore. I've tried it, man.
Non-lethal weapons are going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Dark gun and the taser. Being able to tase someone and just knock him out and tie him up, instead of having to rely on a lucky shot and breaking their legs.
Yeah, exactly. And shooting their legs is always hard anyway, man. You just hit them in the body.
Okay. Now we are on to the rapid fire questions, mate. Just say the first thing that pops into your mind, okay?
Alright, man.
Favourite long range weapon?
Mosin.
Least favourite long range weapon?
Oh man. The Sporter.
Favourite auto weapon?
I like the Rack 9. I don't know why. Maybe I don't have military loot when I'm playing DayZ, because I get myself killed, but the Rack just has a really cool sound, right?
Least favourite auto weapon?
Oh man, probably one of the AKs. The AKM I've never been able to control.
Yep. KOS?
Adds to the game.
First person or third person?
I always play third person.
Favourite server?
Pepsi.
Favourite place on the map?
Svetlogorsk. It's a lot of good memories for me.
Public or private servers?
Oh, private.
The Rack. You said the Rack. I think that has been the most common least favourite automatic weapon from people, I'm pretty sure, off memory. That and the AKM.
Really?
But your favourite is the Rack?
I think it's because it's so common, right? And I always pick up a Mosin as my main gun, so I hardly ever have I hardly ever have a fully auto on me.
Yep.
But I think the rack's a bit underrated, man. I mainly like it though because of the sound when you fire it, man. It sounds like it just sounds so good, man.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Each to their own. Okay.
Yeah.
Now for the intelligent part of the interview for people who've actually got some brains, unlike myself. The first viewer question is from one of your brethren, Sweaty Jimmy, and his first question.
Oh, no, man.
I know, he's a legend, mate. He's an absolute legend.
He's a good man, old Jimmy.
He is. His first question is, how much better is New Zealand from Australia? He did say jokes, but I'm going to let you answer. I started off by calling you a sheep fucker, so I'm going to, and I won't interrupt, I'm going to let you say why you reckon New Zealand, or how much better New Zealand is than Australia.
Here we go, man. Here's a little bit of information for you. I was actually born in the Gold Coast Hospital in Australia. So, I'm actually, I guess, I call myself a Kiwi, right? Because my parents were over on the Gold Coast for a honeymoon. They stayed there for like 15 years and had 3 children. And then we moved back to New Zealand when I was 6 years old.
Yep.
Or 5, nearly 6. So, yeah, I sit on both sides of the fence. I call myself a Kiwi. I always cheer for the Kiwi teams over the Australian sports teams. I really dislike David Warner, man. If you're a cricket fan, you know who I'm talking about. But like, yeah, I guess we're better because we're more chilled, man. We're definitely more chilled than the Australians, right?
Too easy. Okay.
Good answer? What?
No, that's a fair enough answer. He also wants to know, when are we getting a face reveal?
I actually posted a picture in my Discord for my subscribers on with a little bit of my face. I have glasses on, but it's still the only picture I've ever posted of myself where you can see my face. So
yep.
I just don't think having my face on my streams or in my videos really adds anything to it.
Yeah.
Like that's been my main thing, you know, like.
Look, other than Bibix, the most successful DayZ streamer at the moment is the Running Man, and he doesn't use a webcam.
Exactly. I think some people are entertaining when you can see their face and they do, you know, they react. Like, of course, like I'd use Dr. Disrespect as an example.
Yep.
He's got like a whole character around himself.
Yeah.
But even some people that, you know, aren't doing a character, they're still quite entertaining, you know, like they're moving around and stuff like that. I think I'd just sit here staring at the screen, man. I don't think I'd move much. Yeah. So I don't think it would add anything to my stream, and that's why I've never even thought about doing a face cam or anything like that.
His last question is, what game are you most looking forward to in the near future?
Sea of Thieves, man, without a doubt.
Yeah?
Oh, man, I love Sea of Thieves.
Why?
It kind of reminds me a bit DayZ, and the fact that the things I like about DayZ, where I can play my style and I've got freedom to do, you know, like my own creative little things in the game. That's why I'm kind of most excited about it, and because I love Rare, man. Rare made GoldenEye, they made Viva Pinata, Banjo-Kazooie. A lot of games that I grew up playing were like Rare games, and now they're making this Sea of Thieves open world MMO. Oh, it's just a dream, man. I can't wait.
No worries. Okay, Ace Whittles. Now, I actually grabbed this question and I asked Septic Falcon it last week, but I'm going to ask you it as well because he actually posted it in your chat. Are you satisfied with the status reports lately, or do you get the creeping feeling that they're hiding how watered down some of the big ideas for the game will end up?
Yeah, I mean, I've got my suspicions, as I said earlier, that I don't think all of the developers are still working on DayZ. That's just my kind of suspicions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think, as I say, I don't like you pointed out that the console market, they'll get a few people, you know, a few new buys there. But I don't know how many new buys they're going to get on PC. So, yeah, I mean, I don't go too deep in the status reports at the moment. Yeah. I'm going to wait for beta and hope that, you know, it's really good and hopefully get hyped for it when it comes out. But, yeah, it's kind of a bad situation to be in if you're a big DayZ fan at the moment, right?
It is. We're all just waiting for beta, patiently waiting.
You're the one flag waver at the moment, man.
No, there's a few of us, mate. There's a few of us. Okay. Cello Fellow comes in with 2 quick common questions. First one is there anyone in particular? Is there any person in particular you might want to play with?
Of course, like, you always want to play with a person that kind of inspired you to play the game.
Yep.
Or, inspired me to make DayZ videos. So I'd love to play with Frankie. That would be my number one. But anyone else? I off the top of my head, man, I can't really think of anyone too big. Man, what about Snoop Dogg? I'd like to play with him. See him playing SOS the other day?
Nah, Terry Crews I'd love to play with, mate.
Did you see the Snoop Dogg one though, man? He was playing SOS, but at the same time, he was lighting a smoke and smoking it, and the character was still moving. He had like pre-recorded footage, and he was just sitting there pretending to play.
Oh wow! Wow, that's pretty ordinary.
Or someone else playing for him. It was great. It was great. It's the best stream I've ever seen.
Oh my god. Okay, and his other question is, what would you like to see added or back to the game?
Yeah, just more maps is my main thing. I want variety, man. I need some variety in DayZ. I don't think the core game plays too bad, right? Yeah, more handcuffs too, man. They took away all the handcuffs and the handcuff keys. They used to be a vital part of my videos, man. Nowadays, it's so hard to find handcuff and handcuff keys. Just bring them back, DayZ, please.
Okay. Blocky Monster 55. Is there anything from other games you would wish to see implemented in some way?
I think mods will fix a lot of the things that people like from other games into DayZ. And I think one of the first mods will be a Battle Royale mod. Well, of course it will be, because like PlayerUnknown started with a DayZ Battle Royale mod. But I think that would be pretty cool, and I'd like it to be like a little bit more hardcore than what the Battle Royales are these days. With actually having to eat and drink and zombies being on the map, that would be pretty cool.
Yep.
Maybe adding a little bit more ammo next to the guns would be good for that mode, but yeah, if something like that happens, I'm not sure.
Okay. Now the next questions are from MrSyl, who also has a YouTube channel. I'll put a link to to his channel in the video. It should be popping up on the screen now. He first says, when 0.63 hits, what are you most excited about?
More players is what I'm most excited about. I think the
increased player base
at the moment. Yeah, and more variety in the player styles. As I've complained about enough already.
Yeah,
I think we need more play styles in the game to make it more interesting.
What do you prefer, PvP or roleplay, or a mix of both?
I like a mix of both, because if you've ever watched my YouTube videos and you see me role playing, I'm never actually on a roleplay server. I'm just role playing on a public server.
Yep.
Because I kind of like the reactions. So you get more natural reactions if you're role playing on a public server. Players that have gone into the game not to role play, you kind of get like a more natural kind of response from them.
I love it when I get a good interaction on the Pipsy servers, because the Pipsy servers are predominantly PvP-ish. Generally people will KOS, and when I'm able to find someone, particularly for a whole series there in my interactions series, so many of them were happening at the Northwest Airfield when that was the place to be, and having a non-KOS or a non-kill encounter where you talk to someone, you maybe trade, or you just head off in your own separate paths. It's so rewarding when it's not on. It's still good when you're playing on the likes of DayZ Down Under, The Village, DayZ Underground, where they're roleplay servers, but you could still KOS. But it's even better when you pull one off on a pretty much a PvP server.
Yeah, but one of my favourite role playing that I've ever done, we were on Pepsi, and we literally got an army of people all praising the Meat Church, all random players that weren't there to roleplay, man. They just saw me and my mate who were role playing. We were praising the meat gods, and next thing we had an army of about 5 or 6 people, chanting meat with us. It was unbelievable, man.
It's great when you get something weird and random happen like that.
Yeah, I loved it. So many good memories in DayZ, man.
You've answered this next one as well. Are you excited for any other upcoming open world game? Well, you said Sea of Thieves.
Yep. Can't wait for that, man. Did you play in the beta?
No, I didn't.
Oh, man.
I haven't even watched any footage of it. I've got an idea of what it is. It's you sail around and PvP and search islands and stuff like that. And if you lose your ship, you lose everything. And
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I'm actually I haven't posted a video on my YouTube channel for a while, but I'm actually editing some Sea of Thieves footage at the moment. So hopefully, if I like it enough, you guys will see a new video on my channel.
Awesome. Well, I'll watch it, mate. That's for sure. Okay. And his last question is: list these in the top three of your own choice: kiwi, banana, apple.
Oh man, I love a good banana. It probably sounds a bit wrong. I mean it in some fruit version, guys. And I'm not really a fan of kiwis, even though I am a kiwi. I'm just not really a fan. So definitely apple second, and yeah, kiwi comes last.
Banana, apple, kiwi.
What are you talking about? Yep, there you go. That'll do.
Okay. Dr. Desync comes in. Are you interested in the modding aspect of DayZ in the future or not? Well, you sort of said you are, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely.
And
definitely
other than maps, are there any other types of mods you're interested in?
Yeah, just adding content, I think. Like new guns and stuff like that are always good additions for mods, right?
Yep. Okay. The last question is again from Sweaty Jimmy, and it makes a nice segue into the next part of the interview. He says, ask him how he is always so modest, calm and collected. And he touches on the cyborg lizard video. After his ideas were ripped off, he handled it so well. He just says you maintain your calm attitude and you're such a nice fella.
Yeah, I guess YouTube and Twitch to me have never been a full-time job, right?
Yep.
And gaming's, if you're not having fun gaming, then why are you doing it, right? So I guess I have a pretty relaxed attitude on everything around YouTube and Twitch and gaming in general. I'm not here to be like a massive YouTuber. I'm not here to be like famous or make lots of money off it. I'm just kind of here to have fun. So I guess I don't let it get to me, or else I won't be having fun.
Yep.
I guess and I'm not the biggest YouTuber in the world. I call myself a small channel. I'm still pretty small, right? Like 4K subscribers is like nothing in the world of YouTube.
4,144 subscribers.
Yeah, there you go. I used to check that every day, man, but now I hardly ever go and check what my sub count's on. It's probably been going down a little bit actually because of no content. But yeah, if you're not having fun and taking something too seriously, it's not fun to me.
Okay, so we haven't really discussed it until now. Now, I must let everyone know that I did actually reach out to Jamjar and ask him if he wanted to be a part of this interview, make a statement or be an actual part of the interview for it. He actually declined, and the reason he declined, I've got to take my hat off to the guy. He did not want to overshadow the spotlight on GGSammy, so hats off to you, Jamjar. Nice thinking of the little guy with your response to that one, mate. So let's get back into it. And obviously, like I mentioned, I couldn't interview you without asking about the content of Cyborg Lizard's Originality on YouTube video, which a link should be popping up now in the description. If you haven't watched it, I do highly recommend pause the video now and go watch it and come back so you understand basically the context of Sweaty Jimmy's question and the next couple of questions that I'm going to be asking as well. Now, I personally had no idea about that. I wasn't subbed to you way back when you did those first videos. I was subbed to Jamjar, and the first I saw of the social experiments or game shows was in his videos, which I loved. I thought they were fucking amazing. How soon did you know that he'd made those videos after you had just done them?
So with the social experiment, I knew probably the day that he posted his one. I had a mate link me to the Reddit post of his.
Yep.
He's like, hey man, this guy has ripped off your idea. Go check it out. So yeah, that was when I found out about that one. And the actual game show one, I actually knew before he had posted his video, because he posted something on Twitter, and he said, we just filmed something really awesome in the garages in Svet. And I was like, that's a bit odd. I posted something in the garages last week, and it blew up on Reddit, and I had a lot of good feedback from it. And so I said, I tweeted him back. I said, "Oh, it's not like this, is it?" And he said, "Oh man, it's exactly like that. Here we go again," kind of thing. I was like, "Oh, okay, great." So yeah, that's how quickly I knew about those kind of videos coming out.
So what did you think when you saw them?
My initial reaction to the social experiment was I wouldn't say upset. I was a bit gutted, like I kind of had this feeling that I can't do anything because it's not like I've got a copyright or you can't really claim the video or anything like that. It's clearly my idea. It's my idea in another video, right? But there's no evidence that he actually stole my video idea.
Yeah.
He could have just done it at the same, come up with the same idea, never seen my videos and made it himself. So like, I've got no evidence to say that he knew before making it that he's actually copying my idea.
Have you reached out other than that tweet to talk to him, or has he ever reached out to talk to you?
We've had a few interactions, not many though. Especially the social experiment videos when he first got those, started uploading those. I said to him, and I think I said to him on Reddit, "Oh man, I've done a video just like this," and posted the link. And I'm pretty sure I got banned off Reddit for that, or I got timed out on the DayZ Reddit for posting another link in his Reddit thread. And I think I posted on the video too, and he said, "Oh, I don't even know who you are," kind of thing. He kind of brushed it off, kind of said, "I've never heard of you, I've never seen this video before in my life," kind of thing.
Are you still banned on Reddit?
To be honest, man, I think I've been banned on Reddit DayZ 3 times now. Don't tell the mods about me, man.
So you've got you're onto your 4th account now, I'm guessing.
I haven't made a new account to post on the DayZ Reddit. I've given up. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I got banned first time for posting in Jam Jazz thread. Another time I got banned for posting a video twice or something, and I don't know about the last time. I think I got banned the last time for making a new account. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
It seems stupid to me that I get banned on the DayZ Reddit when there are people on there that are much worse than me, man. Much worse than me, and they ban me.
I think everyone has a love-hate relationship with DayZ Reddit, mate.
Oh, mate, like, you post your video on there, you know you're going to get like 6 or 7 dislikes for no reason. People that don't even watch your video, they just click the link and dislike it and then close it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, okay.
The big question, mate, do you believe he stole your ideas, or do you think it was, like Cyborg Lizard mentions, this cryptomnesia?
In my mind, I think logically, what are the chances of him coming up with the exact same name of the video and doing the exact same idea? So in my mind, probably he had seen my videos before.
But do you honestly, like, the comeback I had to that is, do you honestly think he'd be that stupid to call it the exact same thing?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, I know with the second one, with the garage one, he knew before he had even edited the video that he was stealing my idea, right? He knew it. I'd linked him to my video before he'd even started editing his video. He actually blamed it on a fan of his giving him the idea. And then when I asked him for, I said, "Hey man, can you at least credit me? Give me a bit of credit?" He came back on Twitter and said, "What do you think I just did?" He kind of tried to bully me, man. So
wow,
my opinion of him, it's not that great. I respect him because, like, even without my videos, he probably would have got to where he is now, right? Like, my video ideas haven't helped him become, obviously got like 100k followers on Twitch, 100k on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's worked hard to get there, right? I'm not saying that my videos got him there. I call them my videos, they're his videos, right? But I still respect him. But do I support him? I'm not the biggest Jam Jazz supporter. I don't talk badly about him.
Yep.
I'm probably talking badly about him right now, right?
No, you're being quite honest, mate, and I think everyone watching appreciates that. As Sweaty said, mate, if it had happened to a lot of other people, mate, I don't think they'd be as nice as you are. They would have been
Yeah, I
shouting
mean,
it to the rooftops.
Yeah, I mean, I've thought about it in the past, like, you know, Cyborg's video. I've thought to myself before, oh, I could make a big, you know, exposed jam jar video where I go in hard. You know, but what's the point, man? It's just gonna make me look like a salty, like, you know, a salty
What did you
YouTuber.
think of? Did you know Cyborg Lizard was doing that video?
No, I had no idea, man. Renee actually linked me the video in Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, Sammy, look at this. And I was watching it, and I was like thinking to myself, oh yeah, you know, everyone knows he kind of had the social experiment. I had that first. No one knows about the game show video. But then next thing it popped up with the game show video. I was like, whoa, man, this guy's done his research, man. Like, oh man, yeah, it was quite a shock, man. I had no idea.
Did you get a lot of support online on Twitter and things like that from people?
Obviously, I actually got more support once Running Man posted his video where he was like talking me out massively. I think a lot of the people that, you know, watched Jam Jar back in the day and, you know, watched YouTube videos of DayZ have kind of fizzled out a bit. It's not as hot as it used to be.
Yeah.
I think maybe if that video came out a year after it kind of happened, you know, I might have got a lot more support, but you know, it's kind of run its course, the old DayZ videos at the moment.
Okay. Anything else you want to add on this topic before we move on from it, mate?
I mean, I don't really have too much to say on the topic, really. I mean, I guess all I can say, man, is my side of the story.
Yeah. And
that's my side. I don't like, you know, talking badly about people. And Jamdo's actually defended me before too. I should add that. One time I actually did do a new social experiment video, and someone abused me on Twitter saying, "Hey, Jamjar, this guy's stolen your video idea," and he said, "Oh no, actually he did social experiments before me." So I can't say all bad things about Jamjar. He does seem like a nice guy. He might have done a few wrong things to me in the past, but like overall, I'm not gonna like create a jam jar riot, right? I'm not gonna march with pitchforks and fire to his house and, you know, light it on fire with a group of jam jar haters. If there are jam jar haters out there, you know, I'm not the leader of the pack. Some people I am. I've had tweets before where people are angry at jam jar and they add me in the tweet, like I'm meant to back them up, and I'm meant to help them back down jam jar. I'm you know, I just ignore them. I don't do anything about them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of all I want to say. I don't really talk about the topic too much, as you say.
Yeah. And look, mate, from my perspective, on the outside looking in, I honestly don't know what to believe. As I said, Jam Jar's as you said, Jam Jar's a very talented content creator, and if he'd stolen the idea for the social experiments, I don't think he'd be so stupid as to give it the exact same name as yours. But then you brought up the stuff with the game show, where he knew beforehand, so I don't know. I honestly, I don't know what to think. But, yeah.
In his defense, he might not have seen the game show videos before he recorded them.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, when you got some pretty good footage, you want to edit it up into a video, right? You want to post it on YouTube. So it's probably his defense right there. Predicting what he would say if you brought that evidence to him.
Yeah. Okay.
He did call that something different, man.
Yeah, he did. Okay, so you've been playing a lot of other games recently. Other than Sea of Thieves, what else has got you really obsessed and excited right now?
Right now, I'm actually been streaming The Long Dark.
I noticed that, mate. I love that game.
Yeah, I played it when it first came out in early access, and I really liked it back then. But there wasn't that much to like kind of drive you forward. You just kind of had to survive, and you could kind of just sleep a lot, right? You could get a lot of food and sleep, but then you survive a lot of days. But the storyline, oh, it's so good, keeps you going.
It's good to hear that, because I haven't played it yet, and I'd initially heard that it kind of fell flat for a lot of people. So I actually haven't been watching you because I haven't played the storyline myself, and I don't want to ruin it.
I avoided a lot of streams as well, man. I was like, no, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna play this when I'm ready. My advice to you, man, is you should stream it because one, it's not an online game, so your internet might handle it, and two, I've actually seen quite a lot of people that used to play DayZ come into my stream, and a lot of people that are really big fans of the Long Dark coming as well.
Yeah.
It's a really good game to.
It's got a
to
cult
stream for us
following.
Smaller streamers.
If you haven't
it does,
already, check out a guy called Geltaz, Geltaz. He makes the best Long Dark videos. He's got an amazing voice as well. I just love listening to the guy talk. I'd love him to play DayZ because when he talks about, he'll be walking along in the Long Dark, and then he'll just stop and he'll go, "Oh my God, look at that view," and he'll just start. You just hear the little ping, 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 and he's taking screenshots. He just loves the game that much that he'll stop and just admire a view. But he's damn good at the game too. He can take out a bear with a fucking bow, man.
Wow, really?
Yeah, that's how good he is at the game. He does the insane mode. I can't remember what it's called again, where you don't even get a knife, and you've got to get all the way to the shipwreck to bloody craft everything and that. And he can smash that out. He's a beast at the game, but he's just got such a great style of editing him. Geltaz, Geltaz. I'll put a link to his channel popping up in the video now as well.
I have to check him out, man.
He's brilliant. So what other titles are you looking forward to?
I'm actually I've just bought a Nintendo Switch. So my first console I bought since X360, which I bought in 2006. I worked out. So 11 years I haven't bought any new consoles.
Wow.
And I'm really liking the portable kind of factor on it at the moment. I haven't really bought many titles on it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm quite looking forward to a few of the games on there. Like I want to play Zelda.
Have you put one of the cartridges in your mouth yet?
No. I've seen a few videos on that, and I'm not going to touch that, man.
I was sitting here going, please tell me you don't know about it. Please tell me you don't know about it, because I was going to make you go get one and put it in your mouth.
Oh no, but that's actually a really good feature for people like me, who have a 2-year-old son. And he's all into putting things into his mouth at the moment.
Apparently, it's really bad too. The bittering agent on it. Oh, so
yeah.
you haven't even tried it?
No, I'm not going to.
I'm the sort of fuckhead, mate, who would try it. How bad could it be? Yeah.
If I ever come over there for beer, man, I'll bring my Switch and a few games for you to try it.
Okay. What advice would you give to people thinking about buying DayZ?
Sorry, man, just coughing.
Yeah, right.
I'm coughing because the question, man. Jeez, people buying DayZ? No, I'm joking. I always say to people when they first play DayZ is don't get attached to your gear, because a person that likes to hoard gear, man, they're not gonna like DayZ, right?
Yeah,
they're just not gonna like it. It's my main advice, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I had a couple of mates who would get really upset whenever they would die, and I just say to them, man, the best part of the game is looting up. Like the joy of finding a new gun, I think is one of the best parts of the game. So you should think of it that way instead of the, oh man, I just lost my AK, or I lost my SKS.
So depending on how I die, sometimes I'll be a little bit salty, but then it's a case of, okay, I get to loot up again, and I actually enjoy looting up.
Yeah, I love the feeling of looting up, man. 2
hours to get a gun, apparently. I generally always have a working gun in 30 minutes.
Dude, one of the most frustrating things I've found with DayZ is that in one patch there was like so many guns but no ammo, and nowadays I seem to have every single ammo type before I find a gun. It's the opposite way around. I wish they could just balance it.
It's you need to learn the hotspots, mate. You need to go to Shania Polana, the car yard there, and the town itself. Guns galore. The houses just west of Electro, along the coast there. Guns galore. And then also below the town, you'll end up with at least a working pistol, if not a sporter and mag.
Oh, cool. I need to. I'll remember this, man, because I'm looting up this week to come get you, man.
You've entered. That's good to hear. Okay, we'll pop a link up now for the manhunt as well. That's this weekend, so up to $200 in bonus prizes if you can capture me. Yeah, it's going to be a great event. I love these manhunts, mate. I love them to death. They're just so much fun. As much as I love interaction, there's nothing like a good manhunt where every single person on the server is after you. Okay, you were a mod boy, so in your opinion, is DayZ going to be the game you hoped it would be when you first heard about the standalone project?
I actually thought when they announced the standalone, it was pretty much going to be the mod with less bugs, basically. And I actually think they've kind of it's kind of diverged a little bit from the mod. It's a lot more focused on survival and less focused on PvP, because that's what the mod kind of turned into, right? It was just get a gun, go to Electro, and have a gunfight. So I actually think it's better, to be honest, than what I imagined back in the day.
That's good to hear. That's nice to hear.
I actually haven't played the mod since the standalone came out.
You haven't played the mod since the standalone came out?
No, I haven't fired it up once, so.
And that's what I hear a lot of people say, you know, if the mod's so good, why don't you go back and play it? But then I know there's still a die-hard community who do still play it, but the majority of people seem to prefer the standalone, as buggy as it is, to the mod. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think the Arma 2 engine, I know there's Arma 3 DayZ mods now, but the Arma 2 engine's terrible, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
It hasn't aged well. It's really clunky, even though the player control in DayZ at the moment is a bit clunky.
Yep.
The player control in Arma 2, it wasn't designed to do what DayZ does, right?
No. Last question, my man. What can we expect from you in the future?
I can't really say, right? Because I used to be a YouTuber and a part-time streamer, but I guess that's kind of turned around a bit. I actually started Twitch because I wanted to attract people to my YouTube channel. That was my goal, right? I'll go on Twitch and I'll tell people to check out my YouTube channel and get YouTube subscribers. But I kind of fell in love with Twitch and the interaction you get with Twitch. It's a lot more, community-based. You can actually interact live. So
yeah,
I've kind of become more of a streamer first and a YouTuber second, but I still love editing videos, making stories out of footage, like turning a 2-hour bit of footage into a 5-minute story, which is really compact and entertaining, and you can, you're entertained the whole time.
Streaming is so much easier than YouTube, and much more rewarding as well. And I don't just mean financially. You get the live interaction with people, you're getting instant feedback, plus as much as these new terms and conditions or community guidelines with Twitch have got everyone a little bit worried, they're generally a lot more content creator friendly than YouTube.
I think people are overreacting to that, eh? Like, I still think it's the same. Don't be a douchebag and you won't get in trouble. It's pretty much the terms.
The copyright area is what's got me worried.
Yeah. I mean, I still want to be posting videos on YouTube, but I think I kind of went down a track for a while where I was pressuring myself to do a video a week, right?
Yep.
And the quality of my videos just kind of plummeted, right? Like, I wasn't putting as much effort into it. They weren't very creative. They might just be like some highlights from my stream, which I've kind of jammed together to make a story out of.
Yeah.
And I kind of didn't like that. And that's kind of, so I decided, I'll put quality over quantity now. And that's kind of why I haven't posted for the last 2-3 months, because I've made 3 videos since my last video I posted on YouTube, but I haven't liked them. So I just haven't uploaded them. Yeah. I'd rather people see that I've uploaded a video and be like, oh man, Sammy uploaded a video. He doesn't post anything that's bad. I'll go watch it, instead of another Sammy video. I might watch that. His videos are alright sometimes. They're pretty good other times,
I like your attitude, mate. I do.
Yeah, and it's a lot stressful now that I've got a kid, I don't get as much footage and I don't get as much time to edit. And a video a week, I was getting a bit stressful, right? I don't know about you, man, but like most of my free time is taken up by playing with Thomas nowadays.
Yep. As it should be, mate. As it should be.
Yeah. Family first, man. Family first.
Sammy, I love your content, mate. You do deserve a lot more followers on Twitch and on YouTube. You've had some outstanding ideas over the years, mate, and hopefully after this it'll get a bit more spotlight on you, buddy, and you'll get a fresh wave of people coming in and checking you out when you're streaming. The beauty of Sammy is he's being in New Zealand. He's generally streaming at times when your other favourite streamers are not active. So if you need that 24/7 DayZ fix, or whatever other game he's playing, check out twitch.tv/GGSammy. Link is on the page. Sammy, thank you so much for taking the time to do this, mate, and thank you for being so honest and forthright. We talked about some difficult subjects, but you were fantastic, mate. You were really good.
Cheers, Boydy. Keep up your good work, man. You're waving the flag for the AU NZ community, man.
There's a few of us who are doing it, mate. There's a few of us who are doing it.
You're doing a good job, man. You're doing a good job.
Cheers, brother. It's great when you get a little bit of feedback from someone, you know, whether it be another content creator or, you know, I had a comment on my page today. Let me see if I can bring it up. So glad I found your channel, and it made me smile. And I replied to him and I said that. I said, you know, thank you so much, mate. Just leaving one nice comment like that always gives you that little bit of a spark. You know, when someone comes into your channel for you and says, man, you play really nice, you got a really nice community, it makes you feel good on the inside, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. One little thing can mean the world to you, eh?
Yeah. No. All the best, mate. Do you want to say goodbye to everyone?
Yeah, I can't, you know, wrap it up any better than you, man. You've done a really good job. Just follow me on Twitch and Twitter, man. You know, I'm always trying to get more people on my Twitter. I never pimp myself enough, right? I'm not like the Paul brothers, you know, buy my merch.
Buy that merch. Buy that merch. Too easy, brother.
All right, man.
Ciao for now.
My heart levitates. Oh, so bright and awake. My heart levitates. We can live here.
Now, for those of you still here, you may have noticed I didn't shout out who I'm doing next. That's because I'm waiting on a reply from 2 people who I've approached to do the next DayZ Spotlight. Yes, I've got a couple of other people already scheduled, but these 2 I really want to try and squeeze in as soon as possible. So as soon as I hear back from either of them, I'll be pumping out the next DayZ Spotlight, hopefully this weekend if either of them get back to me, and we will go from there. Love you all. Thank you so much for watching all the way through to the end. You guys are amazing. You girls are even more amazing because girls are better than boys, right? Ciao for now.